our programmes for our younger viewers in CITV. That's after we update ourselves with the news.
Good afternoon. Violence flared in Northern Ireland within hours of the paratrooper Lee Clegg being freed from prison. He was released into army custody early this morning after serving 4 years of a life sentence for murdering Karen Riley in Belfast 5 years ago. Downing Street has dismissed Republican claims that his release was timed to coincide with the Tory leadership campaign.
Private Lee Clegg was released from prison this morning back into the hands of the army and reunited in private with his family. More than 2 million people signed a petition for his release, including many backbench MPs. The Northern Ireland Secretary referred his case to the Life Sentence Review Board last month, who decided to free him. But in Republican areas of Belfast, the reaction has been angry. Cars and lorries have been stolen and set on fire. Northern Ireland's chief probation officer has resigned from the Life Sentence Review Board because of the decision, and some politicians from West Belfast say the government's decision is insensitive.
And I think that demonstrates a contempt for public opinion in Ireland, and I think does raise this question of their attitude generally to the Irish peace process itself.
The 26-year-old paratrooper served 4 years of a life sentence for the killing of 18-year-old Karen Riley. She was a passenger in a stolen car speeding through a checkpoint when an army patrol fired at it.
I feel very disappointed and very bitter that he's been released. I think this flew in the face of everything that's went before.
And there have been demonstrations in Westminster this afternoon accusing the government of injustice. They're demanding the release of Republican prisoners from jail.
Both candidates in the Conservative leadership contest are putting in final efforts to win over wavering MPs before tomorrow's vote. John Major warned that a Redwood victory would be a jump into the abyss. John Redwood said only he could reverse the Tories' problems.
Mr Redwood's wife Gail was at his side for his news conference today. His theme was the need for clear leadership at the helm of the Tory party.
It is time for some certainty. Time to give our party a chance. Time for a change.
Norman Lamont has warned that the party would face a Canadian-style wipeout if they stick with Mr Major. But the Prime Minister says in the Daily Telegraph today that the party was risking jumping into the abyss by backing Mr Redwood. A few minutes ago he left for the Commons and a hectic round of meetings with undecided MPs, but his camp was still confident.
Very encouraged. The Prime Minister is going to win tomorrow with a significant majority.
In the Commons this evening there'll be another test for both men when they appear before the right-wing 92 group of MPs. And this afternoon Mr Redwood was on the Commons terrace campaigning. There'll be no let-up until the ballot closes tomorrow afternoon. John Draper, ITN, Westminster.
Within the last half hour, the train drivers' union ASLEF has announced it's to hold 6 one-day strikes during the summer in protest over pay, the first on Tuesday next week. Union leaders said the result showed that drivers' resolve was hardening against British Rail's offer of a 3% rise. The cashless society came a step closer today when a new plastic payment card went on trial in Swindon. The Mondex card can be charged electronically with money, allowing people to shop without cash. About 6,000 of Swindon's retailers are taking part in the trials, and more than 1,000 shoppers have already ordered a card. The American tennis player Jeff Taranga